Who will win the Golden Boot? We're going to put forward a couple of options and then have a vote at the end. There's an obvious one, but there's some other ones as well. And I think we could go rogue here with these shouts. Let's start off with a couple of the sort of runners and riders. And I think there's two here that are right up there in terms of winning it, and regularly are as well. So, Dominic Solanke, Saka, Son, and Ollie Watkins. Out of those guys, which one do you think could go and win the Golden Boot? Has a chance, the best chance.
That group of players,
yes,
Watkins is the only player. The out-and-out centre forward, most chances. His numbers, conversions are up there. I think the others, as great as they are, Bournemouth aren't going to create as many opportunities.
14 goals for Dominic Solanke at the moment. I think Son, for me, I think is I always would go to him. He always goes past his XG. His quality's there. They create chances. I feel like Tottenham are actually going to finish the season pretty strongly. Son will look to be on penalties as well, which could be pretty important for them. They're a team that love to flood players into the box, so that could help as well for them. But missing a little period of the season, I think, could be the reason why he might miss out. And I think any of those guys feels like a bit of a risk if you were to put them forward as a definite option of winning the Golden Boot. There are two, I think, Zach. Yeah. That are out and out standout contenders when it comes to the Golden Boot.
Yes. Well, another one who's won it previous as well, Mo Salah. I mean, like the guy, if we're looking at the last decade of football attacking players in the Premier League, he's right up there, that's for sure. You just can't doubt it. Like it's going to be a really weird thing next season where I do personally think he's going to move on.
I think he's going
to go in the summer. Wow. I think it's going to be really weird where watching the Liverpool side, that one doesn't have Jurgen Klopp but doesn't have Mo Salah, especially a Mo Salah we're so used to putting the ball in the back of the net all of the time. Like 15 goals so far this season. He's already missed some of the games due to an AFCON as well, coming back from injury too. And that's the thing, like, as long as there's no injuries, that it could affect all of these things. But for Mo Salah, like his record, he can just have those games where he'll come up against, say, a West Ham or maybe a Forest or whatever, one of the lower end teams. For instance, I mean, West Ham are in the top half, but say a Burnley, right, or Sheffield United, and can just score like 3. Which can help him so quickly. I mean, he does have to play in his next couple of games Forest, City, Everton, Brighton and Sheffield United, and he could easily get a good amount of like 5 goals within that time too. That could take him to 20. So
my issues with that is I think he's going to be rested because he's going to be needed this season, and Klopp isn't going to want to give him all the minutes.
Do you think when it comes to Premier League, surely he'll play every Premier League game, don't you think?
I think he'll be used.
Okay. I think the one thing with Mo Salah, and I'm scared to say it because I said it last time on something, and I said he never gets injured, and then he's got injured. But generally, he doesn't really get injured. Haaland has had problems in the past.
Especially Dortmund.
Haaland is obviously the front runner, currently leading scorer with 17 goals. It would be a disaster for him, wouldn't you say, if he wasn't to win the Golden Boot?
He's a cheat code. He's like the year 11 that comes and plays against the year 7s. It's just too easy for him, and I think he hasn't had the best couple games. You miss opportunities, but you can see his mentality, and from how he speaks about how he always wants to develop, that is something that he wants. When we had the Van Nistelrooy, Henry era, he is that selfish where it's not about Man City winning, it's about he wants to score. So that's the difference for me.
Yeah, I think with Mo Salah as well, his role has changed slightly. I think he's a bit more creative than he used to be, especially with Darwin Núñez playing to the middle a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, very true.
So I think, look, we've gone around the houses, but I think my vote would be, I think I'd be silly if I didn't say that I think Erling Haaland, especially with De Bruyne back, you think those chances are going to come. I'm going to vote for Haaland, believe it or not. Are you going for that?
Sticking with my vote, Haaland again.
Fair enough, Zach.
Weirdly enough, Haaland as well, yeah, okay. Weirdly.
Right, you guys, prove a point. Let us know. What's the evidence on anyone else apart from Haaland? Let us know.